As always, we have our head coach, Rod Broadway. He'll give us an opening statement, and then the floor is open for questions. Coach?
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for coming again. As I always say, all wins are good wins. So we're glad to have it, and we're glad to be at 2-0. And I thought our football team played really well in spots. Gave up a couple plays, but that's expected. And but they beat someone 56, whatever it was, to nothing. I thought it was a pretty good performance by us. Everything changes this week, and that we play an opponent that should beat us by all right. Just like we're not supposed to lose to Mars Hill. You guys understand that? We're not supposed to lose to Mars Hills or any Division II program. We're not supposed to beat a Division I program. They're not supposed to lose to us. So we're looking forward to the challenge. We're looking forward to going to Charlotte and competing, and seeing where we are as a football team, what we need to do, and hopefully we can go up and compete and play our best game of the season. But we're looking forward to it, and it's going to be a great challenge for us. And I think we're all a bit excited about this one. I thought we played well at spots. We played extremely well at times. There were some times that we didn't play quite as well as I had hoped, but that's football. And one of the things we've got to eliminate, we're up and down a little bit right now. We got to be steady, and we got to continue to climb. And we preach all the time. One of the things you try to do as a football program and a football team, you try to separate your good from your bad where there's not that much distance between the two. So when you're good, you're pretty good, but when you're bad, you're not that bad. And that's what we got to get. Can't be that much distance between when we're playing good and when we're playing bad. And you can see the results on Saturday of when, we hit that lull, which is, human nature a little bit. When you get up like that, you play an opponent that you're better than, you have a tendency to sort of, coast a little bit instead of putting your, other hand around the neck and drowning them. We want to pull them up and see if they're still breathing. So that's one of the lessons we got to get taught, that, when you're drowning somebody, you don't pull them up to see if they're still breathing. You put your other hand around the neck and you make sure they're out of it. Well, they're a Division I program. They have a lot more resources, a lot more scholarships. Everything is better, supposedly, at Division I than our level. But, the beauty about this game, you got to go play, and you have an opportunity. They lost to Kansas State, and Kansas State's probably one of the top, 15, 20 teams in this country. So Kansas State is a pretty good football team. So that was expected a little bit. They also lost to Eastern Michigan, which is, 2-0 and just beat Rutgers this past weekend. So they lost to two pretty good football teams. And so we're going to go up and give them a shot and just see what happens, man. One of the things that we try to do, and we say this all the time, it's a faceless opponent with us. Our opponent is within. We're competing against ourselves so many times. And one of the things we try to do, we're chasing excellence. We'll never get it, but we're chasing excellence. So a lot of times we try to make it about us and how we perform and doing the right thing and improving as a football team. We don't put a lot of emphasis a lot of time on who we're playing. It's more important for us on how we play. You can say the first two, but his last four before he got injured, I think he was clipping in at 72% at that point. So Lamar has really developed as a quarterback and as a leader, and he was playing extremely well when he got hurt last year. So it's not surprising to us that he's doing what he's doing. Matter of fact, we expected that. We expected a long time ago. So he's developing and he's becoming an outstanding quarterback, as you guys can see. And he's getting the ball out of his hands, making good choices, making good decisions, getting the ball to the right people. And then, of course, we got some playmakers that's helping out a little bit by making some plays. He understands what we're trying to do offensively. And he knows how to get the ball. He knows who the playmakers are, and he knows where to go with the ball. So experience, number one, and then knowledge, number two. Well, obviously he's a good player. He's he's tough. He's tough because he played for us, and there's one game he really took a beating, and he hung in there like a champ. But we are going to go out and compete against him just like we do everybody else. And we wish him nothing but bad luck this week. Both. He's very dangerous with his feet, and he can throw. I was watching this morning, man. He threw a 12-yard out from the far hash to outside the numbers on the opposite side of the field. So he's got a pretty good arm, and he can throw. He winds up a little bit, but he can throw pretty good. So, and he's made all kind of plays with his feet. So he's dangerous running the ball and throwing the ball. One of the things we've got to do, and you guys know this, we got to run the ball better. We've got to run the ball get better. That's how this program is built. Our program is built by stopping the run and running the football. So we've got to be a lot more productive running the football. But if people are going to put 8, 9 people in the box, then we got to be able to throw it also. We're not going to bang our head against the bricks all day hoping to get positive results when they're stacking the box on us. And fortunately now we got some guys outside that can make some plays for Raynard, and the people not going to be able to do that too much against without paying a penalty for it. You know what? We had an opportunity to see it for 4 years. And if you guys remember, I told you guys last year or year before, sit back and enjoy because you're watching greatness. You guys remember that? And obviously you was watching greatness. And this kid, he's unbelievable. And, we're proud of him and everything he's been able to do. And, my cousin is the equipment manager for Chicago, so I call him every week and a half just to check up on Tyreek without going through Tyreek. But they love him. And the thing they are so impressed about Tyreek is his attitude and how he works. They can't believe what a positive person he is and how hard he works every day, which, we knew all those things. So it's not surprising to us. They just get a chance to see what we've been able to see for 4 years, and the world get a chance to see what we've known for 4 years, that he's an outstanding person and player. Go and ask me the second follow-up to this because I know where you're going. Come on. No, Jeff, number one principle in our whole program is stop the run. We preach that daily. Stop the run, stop the run, stop the run. And I think we were able to, we held these guys at 7 yards rushing on Saturday. They completed some passes. But I've said a number of times, if we can hold somebody to a 7-yard rush, they're going to have a hard time beating us just throwing the ball. So we may give up a few extra yards in the passing game than we would like sometime, but if we can shut down the run, then we'll live with that result every day.
That's a trade you're willing to make, then, is if you can stop that run to give up a few extra yards.
That's where you was going, right? Okay, I'm a step ahead of you, brother. But yeah, we'll do that every day. If we can hold somebody to 7 yards, you can pass for 300 if you want to, but just don't run it on us. Well, I expect us to go down and play like champions. I expect to play fast, I expect to play hard, and I expect us to represent this university, this program with class and style like we always do. It really is. And, a lot of people don't understand, for the average fan, and they don't see the difference. The naked eye has a hard time of seeing the difference. But to us who studies the game and work in the game every day, there's this distinct difference between Division I AA and Division I. And usually it starts up front, because they're so much bigger and stronger than us because of the resources that they have in place. They may have 10, 12, 14 strength coaches. We may have one strength coach for all the departments, so there's a distinct difference. And I think athletically, we match up pretty good with most people. I think the difference you see between our level and Division I is usually up front on the offensive line and the defensive line. But again, it's a great challenge. And just like we don't expect to lose to a Division II program, never, ever, they don't expect to lose to a Division I AA program. That's just the way it is, and we need to wrap our minds around that and understand. But we're going to go up and take a shot at these people, boys. We don't back down from anybody. Y'all know that, and here's what we're going to do. Just so y'all know, we're going to go in, we're going to put our left foot forward, we're going to start throwing haymakers. We may get knocked out, but we're not going to blink, nor will we back up, and we're going to fight them to the final whistle.